working. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. It looks like it's working right now.
Great.
So we're live.
Hey.
Hey.
We're live. That's so exciting.
Yes. Virtually live.
Virtually live.
We are here at the 2018 CUNA Governmental Affairs Conference in this hustle bustle town called Washington, D.C., where a lot of things happen here.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's not boring.
It's not boring at all. And you should know because this is Lauren Culp, by the way, from the Cooperative Trust. You are, I called you the Pied Piper of the Crashers.
The cat herder.
Oh, the cat herder.
Say, yeah.
That's even better. I like that one. I like that one. Well, how are you doing, first of all?
I am great. Great. A little sleep deprived, as we chatted about a minute ago.
You can sleep this weekend, all
right?
I
can sleep when I die.
Okay, that's
true. We'll sleep later.
All right, that sounds like a good deal. In the meantime, you're having a great time.
Yep.
Showing the Crashers the ropes, I guess.
Yes.
So what are you guys doing here at the GAC? What are some of the activities that you guys are doing?
Oh my gosh, so many things. Well, we just have a jam-packed schedule. So the Crash program is kind of like mysterious, and some of that is by design, but people are like, well, what are they doing in their Crash room all day long? You know, what they're actually doing is they're getting to meet with a ton of different industry leaders. They got a session with Jim Nessel, which was super cool for them.
Nice.
You know, Ryan Donovan, Molly Bell came in to talk to them. The whole Filene team came in to talk to them, and they're getting to meet with the foundation, all these different industry leaders. So they're getting all of the different pieces of the industry. They're getting kind of this broad overview and getting to meet those people. So they're doing that. They're attending all the regular sessions. They're probably not sleeping much either because they're just going all day long.
I had one of the Crashers come here. I got here at about 6:30, just kind of resetting up and stuff like that. About 6:45, I think her name was Sharon. I can't remember. But anyway, she goes, I'm kind of like an insomniac, so I just kind of showed up here, and I'm the first one here. I said, well, good for you.
That's amazing.
So she was such a sweetheart, but it was really nice.
They were at the CUNA Council's breakfast this morning.
Oh, they were?
She was right on time.
Gotcha. Yeah, she will be on time no matter
no matter the hour.
Exactly. So, and then last night you guys were at the Wegner Awards, the foundation's 30th anniversary dinner, and every time somebody said Crashers, you all woo!
Yep.
Somebody got
lots
an applause.
Of cheering
lots
for
of
Crashers.
Cheers. Yeah, that was really cool.
It was great. You know, Visa actually donated 20 seats for the Crashers to attend, and Beth Page donated 10.
What?
It was really, really wonderful to take all of those folks.
Good people. So, and that kind of segues into, I need a post-Thunder Punch report.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? Did
Punch.
everyone make it out alive?
Everyone did make it out alive. Yeah, it'll start piloting this month. Next month, I guess. Yeah.
Thursday is March 1st.
Thursday.
Yes.
It's going to start piloting.
Good to know.
So we are thinking about like a guided mentorship program because we hear so many young professionals saying, you know, I wish that I could get a mentor, but it's a little awkward to ask. And what if what if they say no? What if they don't want to? And so the idea of the program is to match them ourselves. So we'll get people who say that they want to give back in that way, and then people who say that they want to be mentored, and we'll do the matching. And then give them kind of a set time frame at the end. Everybody can go their separate ways, no hard feelings.
Mentormatchmaker.com.
Mentor, it's like online dating for a mentor.
Exactly.
And so we're about to pilot it and see how it goes, get some feedback, and then reiterate upon the program and then hopefully scale it and roll it out.
I'm excited to hear that. So, okay, again, the timeline on this, sometime in March?
Sometime in March is when we're so we've already matched the people.
Okay, oh good.
We're hearing back from most of them I've heard back from so far that are all ready to participate in the pilot. So it's a 90-day pilot. We know that 90 days isn't really enough time to know, to have a mentorship relationship. But for the purposes of gathering feedback enough so that we can keep building the program, it's the perfect amount of time. So about 3 months, and then we are going to start launching it again later this year to scale.
Okay. And so what are the parameters of this program? I mean, obviously the two people, they meet and wisdom is exchanged and networking, contacts, all that type of stuff, and hey, this is what you need to do, this is what you can't do, and all that type of stuff. So that's basically it, or what's more? Is there more to it?
There's a little bit to it. So the idea is, first we'll match them. We'll give them kind of some guidelines, right? We want them to have an end date. We want them to set kind of an estimated number of times per month that they want to meet so that everybody up front is on the same page. They know what they're getting into. And then we'll touch base with them periodically. So we'll kind of give them like a launch, like here's your first phone call. And, they might be on different sides of the country and just Skype, or maybe they'll use phone. Maybe they'll meet up at GAC or somewhere. So we basically will match them, give them some guidance, and then check back in with them periodically. So at the beginning, maybe more frequently, maybe every week. and then as we get further out, maybe just once a month. And so giving them some resources, so nobody wants that silence on the phone. The awkward, like, okay, well.
So, how's it going?
Yes. So we'll give them some resources that they can use if they want, and they don't have to use if they don't want, and just really help to kind of keep them on track, keep touching base if they need it and possible, because we couldn't do what we do without them.
Good people.
Yep. Our friends at Visa also love them.
Good people as well?
Yes. Great people. All right.
Good job as always.
You as well. Thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Go get some rest.
Okay, right. Take it.
All right, Dennis. If you're ready,
I'm ready. We'll
ready.
We'll go till you tell me to stop.
Okay. All I require is 5 minutes of your time.
Well,
so how about
I'll
that?
You got that and more if you need it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, we are here at the 2018 CUNA GAC in this town called Washington, D.C., where it's sunny outside, Dennis.
It's beautiful outside.
It's gorgeous outside. A far cry from what it was yesterday or the day before. So
Washington is one of those towns where it changes quickly, kind of like the politics here.
Nice one. Hey, how's the conference going for you?
Oh, the conference is going great. We at Dollar Associates have this is really the only conference of the year that we actually set up an exhibit booth, and we have so many clients throughout the country, credit union clients, probably some 400 and some odd that we work with, and this is one place we get to almost see them all, and so we get a chance to solve a few problems, in the hallway, what I call hallway caucuses, and so it's great. We've had a great conference. The speakers have been great. Yeah. George Bush, the guy I worked for when I was chairman of NCUA, was here yesterday, and it was very special to be able to see him again. And he's so relaxed without the cares of the presidency, it was a lot of fun. So we've enjoyed the GAC tremendously.
Good, yeah, it's been a banner year for sure here. And let's talk about a webinar you guys just did. I was very particular, and you just said this is your highest webinar turnout ever, and it deals with the new tax law and credit unions. So.
Well, the tax law, when it was passed, and it's the first time since 1986 that you've had a major rewrite of the tax law where the entire tax laws were opened. And credit unions fought very hard and very successful to make sure that the credit union tax exemption was protected throughout this, which was the #1 priority, and it was done. But a lot of times there are little things that get added to a tax bill that you didn't know about. And notice early on we saw that in the House bill there was a little provision in there that would apply to all not-for-profits, which includes credit unions. Right. And it was to assess an excise tax, which is a tax on additional value. Okay. An excise tax on any compensation to any executive of a not-for-profit in excess of $1 million a year. Basically, it's taking the standard that Congress has long applied to publicly traded companies, and they limited their deduction from their income tax for any salaries above $1 million, and they restricted it at that. Okay. They have now taken that kind of $1 million preference that we don't think anybody ought to make over $1 million, and they're applying it to not-for-profits, credit union. It is a tax on the interest on the institution, and so you had to pay 21% of the amount above $1 million. The reason this is important for credit unions is, again, most credit union CEOs don't make $1 million a year, although as we grow as an industry, that could happen at your biggest credit unions. But and you don't want anything that deters the ability to grow and to pay for quality talent. But the deferred comp aspect of this is what brings it into play. And a lot of credit unions have those deferred comp plans. And I was just talking to a client of mine who said that his deferred comp plan vests next year, and even though he doesn't make close to $1 million, it will put him over for next year. And the credit union will have to pay the equivalent of about $85,000 in taxes just on the 21% of that in advance. So our webinar and our talk today is just that the credit unions need to be aware of this.
What can they do?
Well, the biggest thing they need to do is to know what type of deferred comp plan that they have, if they have one. If it is a 457F plan, which is a defined benefit or a defined contribution plan, it would count towards this. Okay. And that's what most credit unions have, because that's what's been sold by most of the financial advisors out there. Right. If they have a split dollar plan, which is in effect a loan that ultimately is paid back, it does not count. Okay. So there are some credit unions looking at taking their defined benefit or defined compensation plans and shifting them over to split dollar plans. So it would not be a liability on the balance sheet, but an asset on the liability on the balance sheet. Another thing that some are doing is they're taking theirs, and instead of having it a big a big vest at one time. They're moving towards, if you got $1 million in the plan, pay $200,000 this year, $200,000 in 3 years, $200,000 in 5 years, splitting it up to where it doesn't go above the $1 million. There are strategies that can be employed.
That's what I was thinking.
Our message is that you need to check those strategies.
Right.
You need to talk to not only your financial advisor, but you really, in today's examination world by NCUA and the states, they want to know that you have done due diligence, that you talk to more than one financial advisor. They don't want you to just go back to the guy that sold you the old policy to begin with and let him tell you, no, it's going to be fine. Just trust me. They want you to talk to 2 or 3 different people. They want you to do your homework and make sure that this plan is going to work. And then if you're going to end up having to pay the tax, factor that in and know that in the year that it vests, you're going to have that additional assessment. The question that asked to me, and it's a legitimate question, Mike, is whether or not this is filing that for years, but IRS, I keep saying NCUA, but IRS can't get that information from NCUA, so they go to that 990 form, and they've never had any tax dollars at stake on it. Now there's tax dollars at stake. They're going to start looking more closely at the accuracy of those 990 forms. Actually, what I think this tells us is that credit unions are going to be dealing with the IRS a little bit more than they have been in the past.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, I know they're excited about that.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So anyway, it's something new. It's certainly manageable. There are certainly folks out there that can help guide credit unions through it. You know, our firm can help guide credit unions through it. There are a number of firms that can, but I think the credit unions need to look at it, need to be aware of it, and to realize that it's a new variable on the landscape they've not had to deal with in the past.
Here's a hypothetical situation I'm thinking in my head. Would this have any impact on the war for talent we hear? I mean, bringing in new talent, that type of stuff. If this $1 million mark would have an impact with a board deciding on, hey, should we hire this person or this person?
It's my biggest concern that Carolina credit unions are going to say, oh, because of that excess tax, we're going to hold down salaries, or else we're not going to offer, even worse, we're not going to offer these types of deferred benefit plans, which are many times necessary to either keep your good talent or to hire good talent. And stop and think about this. With the 990 form, let's say that all credit unions have to file that now. That means that you're competing credit unions. That's a public document. They can go online, find out how much you're paying your 5 highest paid executives. They decide they want to try to hire one of them. They say, well, he's making $285. I think I can get him for $320. Then they know what it would take to get him. If you don't have some type of deferred comp plan or something that kind of holds him there, some golden handcuffs, if you will, I think that it's going to really have an impact on those types of issues. And so we're trying to make sure that the credit unions are aware of it. We've done these webinars and all with our clients. We've actually made them available even to credit unions that are not our clients because we think it's that important.
Yeah, I agree.
And you're not hearing a lot of it from the trade associations, those kind of things. I understand that they're celebrating the fact that we protected the big tax exemption, and they did great work there, and I'm proud of that, and I'm pleased by that. It's a great victory. But this is going to be something that the credit union is going to have to deal with.
The little fine print,
just
you know?
It's in the fine print, but it's there. And it's not like, you remember a couple years ago with UBIT, unrelated business income tax, the IRS made an interpretation.
That was such good.